see here. All right, I got the check this too. Oh, let's see. Let's see, we got it here. Oh, the regular crew. Everybody looking nice. Beautiful. All right, Alpha Traders. What's Bitcoin up to?
Uh,
Lulling people to sleep.
yeah.
That's what it's doing. Because when it makes its move, it's gonna be an explosion of volatility. No doubt about it. I still got this projection up from the 28K low and the 41K low. We're bouncing around where these 95.4% Laplace distribution range just came together right here. We are just hovering. A lot of indecision. A lot of indecision of what's going on with price action. Until you look at the charts and you kind of get a overall look at what's really going on with the volatility. I'm still sticking to my guns. This thing's going to pop. It's the whole crypto market, right? Going to move to the upside. Let's see. What did we do today? Let's scale this up to get a good look. Yeah, so you can see pretty much right where we're at right now. The first standard deviation to the downside was 61,322. We're messing around that area right now. We dropped a little bit below it. What caught price action? The weekly volatility range. There's been a couple liquidity grabs. The one yesterday, the wick that went down into it, that was definitely a liquidity grab. Today, it's kind of hovering down there. Trying to confuse everybody what's going on. That's a great spot there is what you don't want to see. You don't want to see some 15-minute candles closing below that weekly volatility range. If it does, coming into this new day or the rest of today, it's your job as a alpha trader to find out where these algos are sitting. Where are the algos? Where are they going to bounce to price? Yesterday, they were right at the bottom of the weekly volatility range, man, and it shot that 15-minute candle right back up. Ended up a bullish candle, right? Thing dropped what, almost $3,000 or something? I think it was like that. And then just sucked right back up in the same candle. So powerful little move. Let's go over here onto the DRYFT, the distribution levels, just to see exactly what's going on. You can see we opened up the new day, immediately came into the top side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range on the 4-hour candle. That's this white line top, white line bottom. The bottom was right by the bottom of the daily 68.3 Laplace distribution range. Ranged a little bit above it for, probably about through the first two 4-hour candles, so a quarter of the day, pretty much. That's what happened. Let me get a good look here. Or my bad, third of the day. Let's see. We dipped down below it a couple times, but right when you get this dip down here to the right before the 4-hour close, it pulled up above the daily right there. Then we really had a nice wick down, went up to test that 68.3% Laplace distribution range bottom. It's down. There's the top. Hasn't been tested yet today. First thing we did, we got a wick down. There were some algos here waiting, right? Sucked that thing right back up and pumped it right to the bottom of the daily volatility range, to the dollar. Rejection at the bottom of the daily volatility range. Two 15-minute candles right back to the first standard deviation normal distribution. They're waiting there again. Popped it up. This time it went to the 68.3. Got a little bit above it. You can see what's going on here, right? I mean, this just is a battle of the bots. Happens every day on these low time frames. So we get this pullback from the 68.3. That wick went right to the center of the weekly volatility range. Then we got trapped up under this first standard deviation normal distribution in between the center of the weekly volatility range, which has been bouncing back and forth, back and forth. Now we're trying to close these 15-minute candles above this first standard deviation. You got to remember. But there it is. There's the first standard deviation to the top side, okay, on this daily chart. That's the bottom side. There's a 68.3% chance you're going to find BTC's data set closing in that range. That's why we trade on these probabilities, right? If it goes beyond there, right, you're starting to get down to, here's the second standard deviation. That's the 95.4% range Laplace distribution. And the second standard deviation normal distribution is 95.4% as well. Excuse me. I saw all this coming together right here, and I was like, interesting indeed. I mean, there's a lot of confluence right in that area, but it seems like there's a lot of algos right here to going to keep this price action above the weekly volatility range. There's that wick from yesterday, which is a perfect wick, right? We open up this candle. This thing literally dumps right barely through the bottom, the weekly volatility range, pulls back up to the dollar, right to the center of yesterday's daily volatility range. This is why we trade this, right? There's a reason why. When you're in alpha trading, everything's actionable, right? Everything that we've put together, you can rely on, right? Math doesn't break, patterns break, you know. A lot of traditional TA will break. Everybody's going to trade their way. That's fine. I'm just saying, if you want something to really rely on, volatility trading is definitely the way to go. Volatility creates everything. That's where these people get. This is why people that trade traditional TA, number one, they don't take their profit. If you're taking your profits, you can throw darts at a dartboard, long or short, long or short. And if you limit your losses and you take your profits, you're going to make some money. There's no doubt about it. You're going to be right 50% of the time. So, is what people need to realize is volatility is creating everything. And then you get a lot of traditional TA, they're lagging indicators. Why not get right to the nuts and bolts of the thing, right? All right, the volatility. The volatility is going to tell you everything you need to know. That's why if you're staring at volume, if you're staring at order books, stop, please. Just stop it. That stuff is going to get you so wrecked it's not funny. We don't want that. We don't want any retail traders getting wrecked. That's why we do what we do. And a lot of other people do what they do, right? Just some people don't trade the way we do, which is fine. It's all good. We need an endless supply of people on the other side of our volatility trades. That's what we always say. Come join the crowd. That's what we like to do. So this will be interesting to see how we end this day. Are we going to come up? We're going to test 68.3 on the daily, because you got to remember this too. Even though there's a 68.3% chance to close within this first standard deviation range, there's also a 68.3% chance that we close inside this Laplace distribution range. So don't ever forget about that. So the probability is on our side. 68.3% chance Bitcoin closes on top of this white cross line. That is the bottom, 68.3%. Let's get over to our laser wolf chart here. I like seeing this. Okay. I noticed this before I came on stream. I was checking out the 90-minute chart. We just got back at these are the alpha trading deviation bands, right? Normal distribution, first, second, third standard deviation. Got a Gaussian mean. That's the white line. This 90-minute candle is above that Gaussian mean. Closes in what, hour and 20 minutes here? About a half hour after we get off stream. Or yeah, 20 minutes. So going to be interesting to see if this 90-minute candle can stay above there. Doing down there, we expand that. You can see we've got some red candles on the 90-minute. The entropy's kind of flat. It's right on that borderline of trend and randomness, right? You want to see some nice bright blue color, right? And then the building correlation. That's when you get these nice big moves or the down moves. That's why with this indicator, the color of the entropy is coded into the candles, right? Very powerful. So you can just, a lot of the time, I'm looking down here, I want to see the correlation. What's the R squared telling me, right? What's the entropy price percentile telling me? Because the entropy is coded into the candles. I know what's what, right? Blue is trend. Everything else is pretty much random, right? And then when you get down into your bright pink and your yellow candle, totally random. This 15-minute candle and this pink candle, random. This is all random through here, right? Until we got this little down move on the 90-minute right here. And you can see it starts to build a negative correlation, right? Down we go. Happens every time indeed. And let's see here. You can see that down move that I'm talking about that went into trend. What created it? Let's see. Was there any divergence? Yeah, from right here to here, there was some hidden bear, a little bit of hidden bear for sure. And to be honest, it's building right now, right? but that can all change. But I'm looking at variance. Variance is coming down now, positively correlated. It started coming down negatively correlated. So you get this walk up in price action. The Z-score of historical volatility right now is 1 standard deviation below the mean. Blow this up. It is heading to the top side and it is positively correlated. So if this Z-score can continue up while it's positively correlated, you're going to see a move to the upside. We love this brand new indicator. A lot of people should have got access to this today, I believe, if you do have those indicator, if you do have that indicator package. Our ultimate power means, what are they telling me? Blow this up, take a peek here. And we got a nice upgrade, right? This isn't published yet. We're adding some color grading, some fun stuff that makes it look really cool. Yeah, all these power means are definitely, they've all shifted pink. But the reverse Fisher, I like the slope still. That's another thing on this 90-minute. You're going to want to see this price action up above like 61.9 for sure. Or you're going to see this reverse Fisher could start to slope to the downside and get a rejection there. Down we go. Just like this little data set right here, rejected off of the central power mean. This data set right here sent a wick up to the reverse wave trend. So this is a great little indicator we put together. We just got some more work to do on it till it's done. Then I'm going to go over here onto the 4-hour real quick. Charts are loading good today. I think I might have had a little something to do with my computer yesterday, to be honest. There is bull div, right? There's bull div. The thing is, what I am seeing is that there are no histograms, right? Pink or blue. It's like the correlation is flat right now. It's not really giving you a good read. So, we got a low, lower low, low, lower, or sorry, low, higher low, low, lower low. We do have some bear or some bull div building, right? Is what could happen here is we could possibly get this last 4-hour candle maybe close down, make another lower low, turn the returns oscillator down to bounce off the zero mean, then have a couple stabs of that bull dip between returns and price action. That is always very powerful indeed. Take a look at AVRs. Yeah, that's never good. You're going to want to see a close today above 51, 550-ish for sure, above the Gaussian mean. That's why this Gaussian mean is so powerful, right? We get that nice run on the 4-hour, starts bleeding out, starts closing 4-hour candles below it, right? So it's just riding it down. It's riding it down. But, right, that always ends. It ends at some point. So we got to get a candle close above this Gaussian mean. It would also be nice to get, let's see if we got some confluence. Not too close, but it's up there. 61.9. Let's just say 62. You're going to want to see a 4-hour candle get back up above the central power mean and the reverse wave trend. All of the ultimate power means here have turned bearish too. So I'm keeping an eye on that. Where did this all start? The rejection off the reverse Fisher. Okay. Powerful indicator that we put together here. Really tells you what's going on. We are contracting positively correlated. Getting a little expansion negatively correlated. Flat positively correlated. So all the AVRs on the 4-hour though, they are telling you down, right? But at the same time, you got this bull dip, but then you look at the variance, it's telling you down too. This is an interesting read here, the Z-score. The correlation's starting to slope up, right? And it's we're 1 standard deviations below the mean on the 4-hour too. There's a battle going on. That's what I'm seeing, right? And of course there is. Why is there a battle going on? Because look where we're at. We're literally stuck between the bottom of the 1st standard deviation and the weekly volatility range. This thing's like stuck in the mud right here. The algos are just like playing ping pong right here. 100%. So whatever side, it's going to take a powerful move, right? You're definitely going to have these bears. They're definitely going to be defending the bottom of the 68.3 and the 1st standard deviation. Now, here's the bulls down here. They're defending here. That's a super tight range. And we're probably, what was the total range today? About 2,400 bucks. We could have another tight daily volatility range coming in, But as of right now, right, if this price action stays right around here, it's the new day is going to open up below the new daily volatility range. And that's when you get in this last 4-hour candle, that's where the battle really begins. Don't think these algos don't know where these areas are. They do. It's proven fact, right? You can see where you get these bounces and rejections from. And considering the algorithmic trading is probably trading 80 to 90% of all these markets, I don't care what market it is. Hell, the little kids in their neighborhood trading Beanie Babies and Pokemon cards and crap. Their algos are even trading this stuff. Jeff, it's going to be a little push here. This will be interesting. Let's go down some low time frames. Let's see what's happening. See if there's any long term, any type of divs building. You can see the 15-minute, that little run we just had rejected off the 15-minute reverse wave trend. We're getting back down, but actually we're trying to climb right now. And you can see, what is it? Pink, or it's yellow, right? Pink, all this pink and yellow. This is all random. This is all random. And I mean, my God, look at the correlation. You talk about indecision. I mean, we got red, green, Merry Christmas. It's a random Christmas. What are we getting? Nothing. All the container ships are stuck out in the ocean because we have an idiot for a president. We won't go in there. I can make a whole hour stream about that dumbass. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, we did. We rejected off that reverse wave trend. But, you know, these candle closes are below the central power mean. We do have smoothing on this wave trend now. I've got an upgraded version. I just haven't loaded it because there's a couple bugs we need to fix. I'm waiting for that. But then once we get this wave trend smoothed out too, going to be real nice. Then I'm really going to start playing with the smoothing to get some real exact reads, because that's what it's all about, right? You just look back through time at data sets and you see what smoothing, where are the reverse wave trend, the central power mean, the reverse Fisher. Pretty much the reverse wave trend, reverse Fisher have great settings right now, but when I add the smoothing to this wave trend, it's going to change it. So I'd have to dial that in. We'll see. We will see. Me go over here. I hear I'm being summoned in the stream chat. I've got no yeah, cool, Donnie. I don't have any. Jeez, I'm tongue tied. My drift is off. Is that what you're saying? The one on Mana? Yeah, my drifts aren't on right now. I'll turn my drift on. I'll turn drift on, drift off. Yeah. So, and I will see, you know, what's being respected. What looks like it's being respected. That's what it's always going to take precedent of whether I have it on or off. And that goes for options too. If I'm looking for strikes, you know, 60 days out. That's what these things are really good for too, right? But at the same time, if you're scalping delta on low time frames or just trying to get an idea of what's going on, these things. So powerful as hell. 15 minutes. I mean, the Z-score of historical volatility is heading to the downside, negatively correlated. So that's always going to, price action is going to walk up. And people don't understand the way this stuff works. They'll be like, oh, you know, the Z-score is heading to the downside of the standard deviation range, right? And it's like, yeah, but the correlation means everything. Can't stress that enough. Cannot stress that enough. Just lately here, there is some hidden bull on the DLP, and there's some hidden bull on the returns oscillator, and there's some hidden bull on the Z-score of log return. That's what I was talking to somebody in the chat earlier. It's very important. This Wolfsbane indicator is very powerful, but is what you need to realize is that I'm always going to go with what I'm reading on the returns oscillator. You might get a different read on the Z-score of log returns. Shorten the length on that. Go from a 30 to a 15 or a 30 to a 7, things of that nature. You drop that down to about a 7, you're probably going to get the same read as you're getting on the returns oscillator, because that's what I have it set on as well. So I'm always going to put precedent on that freaking returns oscillator. And this was going back to the daily. All right. where, you know, somebody was saying there's bear div on the daily, and there absolutely is not any bear div on the daily. Right now, if you're going way back here, there's a little bit of hidden bear, but it's not going to play out like regular bear div, right? And it's a continuation divergence, and it was there too, right? So you just get this little continuation of the move down until, and then at some point you're going to get some, like, let's see on this data set. Yeah, it's building a little bit of hidden bull now, a little bit of hidden bull. But if you go way back to this data set, let's see, is that a low or low? That's where the battle's at right now. There is no div. It's building on the returns oscillator over time. Yeah, the price action's kind of staying in that range. I mean, to be honest, this Z-score is right at the first standard deviation to the downside. It is going sideways. You know, I mean, it's sloping up a little bit, and you can see the correlations barely sloping down. Both of these are pretty flat. Right? Nothing's really happening right. This is not the easiest thing to read, but I'm looking on the daily right here. What is sticking out to you on this side of the chart? Why should you be paying attention right now? Right? You've got the correlation for the entropy flashing, right? It's literally zeros. Then you've got the low length AVR is literally volatility's crushed. Volatility's crushed on both these. They all are. I mean, you're talking about a 13 volatility read. That's pretty damn low. Right now, everything's negatively correlated, right? So it's going to depend on, are we going to have some volatility come in, right? Now, that's where you pay attention. If you have a lot of volatility come in, and you see some, you know, you see these new daily candles start to pop on all three of these, you're going to want to pay attention to the correlation. Because if it's negatively correlated still, you're going to see a down move. But if they all turn positively correlated, you're going to see it faster on the 636, right? Because it's the lowest length. Right now, my Z-score on Wolf's Bane is on a 30. It's on a 30. I'll show it. Can get off that. You just change it, right? It's going to match up a lot better with the freaking returns oscillator. So I went from a 30 to a 7. So yeah, there's no div, just like there's no div on the returns oscillator. But you throw it on a 30, and there is a little bear div on the Z-score of log returns. So yeah, and that's where you guys get to play with these indicators, all right? I mean, the variance, blow this up. I mean, we're heading up. It is heading up. I mean, I'd like to see that slope a little taller right there, because it is positively correlated. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You close this daily candle lower, it's just building some bear or bull div. And like right now, it is, I mean, it's building on the returns oscillator, hidden bull. So we're just gonna have to see how this day ends. That's all we can do. Yep, you're welcome. But yeah, that's why these indicators are open, right? You can change whatever you want. If you screw something up, just reset it to the default settings as it came, and you can work from the base like that. But yeah, it's interesting reading on the 7. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, the daily chart looks pretty good actually. And this is what I'm waiting for, right? At least for a longer term move. This is just telling you, I mean, the correlation of the entropy, not only is the entropy random right now, and it's been random since we had that nice run on the daily, So on the daily chart, hell, I mean, this was the closest we had. I mean, there's a little bit of trend right there, and that was that update we had. So yeah, right now, total randomness in the market. Let me go here. Boom. Let's go to a 2-day. Let's see when we get a new 2-day candle. Let's see if this thing's changing. Okay. It's a damn date today. Lost. It is the 4th today. We get a new 2-day today. It's 2-day. Yeah, that's actually besides that. Yeah, I mean these two bullish candles, they are all pretty much the same. Even this one back here, it's barely a tick difference. Let's see the downside. There's no bull div. I mean, there's definitely some bull div on the Z-score of log returns. You can see on the 2-day, the variance is sloping down, negatively correlated. Z-score of log returns kind of flat, 0.7 standard deviation on the top side, sloping up, positively correlated. So let's see what happens when we get this 2-day candle close. All right, we're gonna get Z-score on the 2-day, gonna pop back up to the upside, positively correlated. You're gonna have a move. 981 AVR, positively correlated, expanding. Then you got the 2400. I mean, it's contracting, but either way, contracting just a little bit, even flat volatility, positively correlated, price action is going to walk down, right? And we're actually negatively correlated, expanding a little bit. So you're going to have, yeah, big fat body, barely a little candle. I'm telling you, that 981 though is pretty damn powerful. We got more of a bullish wick on that than anything. 61,760 is the Gaussian mean on this 2-day. Let's see if we're 61,760. Yeah, I mean, that's not too hard. I mean, we're talking about just right in this area. We're going to get a little run. And we close the daily up here by the bottom side of the, or wait, that's the first standard deviation on the 4-hour to the top side. 62K. See if we can close up there around 62K. That would definitely look good. Consider this 2-day, pop this back. Yeah, there's no bear divs on the DLP as well. I mean, when we were having this run on the daily, right, on the 2-day, correlation was increasing to the top side and it was trending. I mean, we're pretty much, it's all random right now. We're seeing that on a lot of time frames. A lot of randomness right now happening. We get a 3-day. Let's get a 3-day today too. Yep, get a 3-day today too. No, we don't. My bad. Tomorrow we get a 3-day, which is fine. But I mean, you look at the variance. I mean, the thing is just going sideways, negatively correlated, right? And log returns a Z-score, right? What's that building? A little bit of freaking hidden bull div. There is none on. Let's see here. From way back here, yeah, you can see there was some hidden bull div from this low, lower low, low, higher low. We did get this continuation. At the same time, yeah, no, we're good there. We are good there, actually. Yeah, a little bit of hidden bear, and that's why this 3-day candle's down, right? From this point right here, lower low here. Then you come up here, and it is a higher high. Sure. Candle, boom. So we're getting this little down move today. This I like, right? For a 3-day, right? 3 days flashing. We're getting some expansion on the 3-day candle, and it's positively correlated. That is always real nice. Kind of flat volatility. I mean, just a little tick above the expansion, negatively correlated, right? So you got the battle going on here, but the high length one, a little bit of contraction, contracting, negatively correlated. Beautiful. You're going to have a DOJI again. More of a bullwhip though. And I like this, right? So we're above the Gaussian mean on the 3-day. That is beautiful. And the Z-score historical volatility. heading to the downside, right? Right now we're 1.26 standard deviations below the mean, and it's negatively correlated. That's why people that use Z-score or, use volatility, when you realize correlation is so important, you'll finally start to get it. All right. There's a lot of people out there that just want to, he didn't know what he's talking about. I'm like, okay, no problem. Continue doing what you do. Yeah, you don't have the deviation bands? MJ, get say around those deviation bands. For sure they are. You talking about these over here, right? Yeah, man, they're available. They're available. We got lots of wolves barking. It's just like we get used sometimes we get a little bit behind the 8 ball. Get to give people some access. What did I just found here? Why do I leave something like that? We have, of course, I don't even have to say where I bought them, right? We have Trader Joe's rosemary Marcona almond. Oh, they're delicious too. All right, what are we doing? I like the 2-day and I like the 3-day. Let's not go to weekly. Let's go to the 7-day first. Bilbo, the 7-day and the weekly is the same. No, it's not. No, it's not at all. Look at the charts, you'll see. Turns are above the mean. I like. There is no bear div. I mean, on this 7-day, when did we get a new 7-day candle? Today. Wow. Is the 4th, correct? Yeah, 29, 30, 31, 1, 2, 3, 4. 7-day candle. We get a new 7-day candle today. So yeah. Boy, it would be. Boy, look how this candle too, man. It is just stuck right in between these freaking standard error bands. It's above the mean of them now. Almost 1.5 standard deviations below the mean, and it is negatively correlated and heading up. So let's see what happens today. Look at that 7-day candle too, man. DOJI, right? Actually, and I like the 7-day, right? I love the 7-day. I mean, everything, all the power means, all 15 of these puppies are sloping up. So is the reverse Fisher, obviously. So is the reverse wave trend. Let's see. So we're negatively correlated contracting here. We're positively correlated contracting here, right? So this is saying walk up. This is saying walk down. But look what we got here on the 2400. This is just what's making this a doji candle, because this is just sideways volatility, negatively correlated. You want to see this 7 days start to trend, man, right? Look at that, right? And you get a nice trend going on the 7-day. Hello, right? We rocket ship from where? Down there at about 10K. Yeah, 10.5. You get that run to all-time highs. Powerful. That's the thing right here. This latest run up, this is all random. All random. Correlation's definitely increasing to the top side. Hey, that's very powerful, man. If this thing were to drop into trend, why that correlation? Oof, oof, oof. We'll be dancing around $100,000. I like the variance on the 7-day coming down, negatively correlated. That is some hidden bear div. Let's see what happens with this close today. Let's see if this returns oscillator turns up, right? That's why you got to be careful. And what have I said about the correlation of the returns oscillator, right? The correlation is saying, no, 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 no. Be really careful. Be really careful reading that divergence, because it's not correlated with price action at all, which is good to see. Let's see if we open up a new 7-day, the variance continues to come down maybe a little bit. We get a bounce on the returns oscillator to the top side here, and then we start getting a blue histogram. We get the correlation on the Z-score of historical volatility start to slope back up, and the Z-score actually starts to move back over to the right side of the curve. Curve. But I mean, that's actually good. I mean, because this candle's a little bit, you can see, right? It's a lower high. It's a lower high for sure. So this DLP is not scaring me, that being a lower high. That was the other way around, right? If that was a flush candle up here, be seeing some more downside before and get it straight, man. They're trying to shake people that just get them where they have no idea where this thing's going. Right. And plus, right, these bears are running for their freaking lives, running for their lives, whatever these bears are doing. Bunch of scumbags. Sit around and get high on honey all day and just want Bitcoin to go down. Some men just want to see the world burn. Not one of those men. Just release the Kraken. Let's see Bitcoin eat every asset class on the planet, right? Get like a $90 trillion market cap. Nothing wrong with that. We'll all have a party. Now let's go to the weekly. Well, I haven't hit the weekly yet. That was the 7-day. Let's look right now. We're on the weekly right now. And the weekly's pretty similar. Yeah, but look at the histogram. Hidden bear divs, but look at the histogram of the returns oscillator. The correlation is to the downside, right? Decreasing is what that means. So the read you're getting from the returns oscillator and price action, be careful. Don't just blindly go into some short here because the correlation is not positive at all. And you got the variance coming down negatively correlated. Now look on the weekly though, a significant positive correlation. If you see on this new week, boom, we start getting a move to the upside. And this Z-score starts running back up, like it's 1.25 approximately standard deviations to the downside. So, yeah, you're going to want to see that turn up, start to move back past the mean, right? Get up here. Let's see the Z-score on the weekly end up here like the 99% confidence interval. You'll definitely see Bitcoin at some high prices if that happens. DLP looks good, just flat. Boop, 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 boop. I mean, flat. All 4 of those candles. Holy crap. That's pretty interesting right there. Now, what's that telling you? This thing is just humming. This thing is vibrating. And we're getting same damn read. That's why on the weekly too. Big time doji. Right? I mean, does it get more of a doji than this weekly candle we have right now? Volatility creates the candles. You got the low length saying walk up. You got the mid length saying walk down. And you've got the high length, barely some contraction, but it's saying walk up. So we're creating a doji. And the same with the entropy, right? This latest run up, all random. Looks very similar to the 7-day. But you can see DLP is way different. The Z-score for historical volatility is way different. There's actually on the bottom side, there's no bull dips. There's actually on the Z-score of log returns, there's no div at all. It's just this high we got back here. But see, and that's why we're getting this read kind of. I mean, that's a weird spot, right? You want to look at data set tops, like right here, right? And what do you got right there? You can see it got under, but that's where it is right there. So you got high, higher highs. High, higher high. All right, so it's just kind of, we'll see what happens. Like I said, we close this weekly, working just like on the 7-day that we closed today. You're going to want to see this bounce off the 0 mean to the top side, even if let's get the variance turned up positively correlated. Let's get this party moving. Shit's getting bored. But on the weekly, right? We're above the Gaussian mean. All this indecision the last 3 weeks. Doji, Doji, Doji. They're coming down though. I mean, look at that. Coming down, testing that Gaussian mean these last 2 weeks. That's what we've done. And even when we dropped below that Gaussian mean, right, and had that 41K low right there, boom, bounced right off the first standard deviation band weekly. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Yeah, I just explained that. I mean, there's really no hidden bear if you connect the data sets. I mean, because this top right here, I mean, you're in the middle. I mean, you can't say that that's the top of the data set. Hell, we're continuing to go up. This is the candle right here. That's the top of the data set. This was the top of the data set because we did have a bearish candle after it, right? But you can see, I mean, that's right here. You got higher highs. Got higher highs. So it's all good. There isn't actually. There's no hidden bear. There's no hidden bear. Interesting. That's it's gonna let me pop on Herbs on the 4-hour or on the 45-minute chart real quick. See the bull div, right? On the returns oscillator. That's the latest low 4-hour candle, right? That local low right there. So that's still playing out, but you got this return oscillator pretty high. But what's good? It's not building any kind of bear divs at all. Right? High, lower high, high, lower high. It's looking good. Looking good actually. Very good. But yeah, that's gonna wrap her up for Bitcoin. Time is at 2:40. Let's go over here real quick. For traders, let's check out Solana. Well, shall we? Should we check out Solana? Let's take a peek on the daily real quick. Actually, we are going to start. Dun, dun. Okay, let's see here. That will work right there. Actually, yeah, this is a long time. Long time. We're definitely going to move those. Scale this down a little bit. Actually, let me turn off stops in normal distribution. Current candle reads. I kind of do like to start from here. You can see how it ran up to the 95.4% Laplace distribution range, bounced off the top of the 68.3. Now it's making its way back up here. What's that? Almost $300 Solana at the 95.4. And we're talking, let's go to the middle of November, right? We're talking $327 Solana. That makes its way day by day, just a little chunking away at it. And if it breaks through there, you're probably going to want to look to, you know where I want to put that actually? Let's on this down there. Now, if that was that I can handle because that's more of a definitely a bearish key. 57. Just in 57. 57. You're in candle heaven. Oh crap. Yeah, you can see. I mean, the 95.4 kind of supported this price action on Solana, right? Now it's slowly worked up, had a little bit of a rejection here at the mean, dropped back down below it. Now we're back above it again. And the 68.3 and the 95.4 are coming together right about here at about a $315 Solana in the next about 4 days. Let's look for that. Let's look for that. That could be a powerful little booger. Yeah, I like those reads. Let's see one time. Yeah, I do like that. Grande. Now, let's pop on Solana real quick. I know I did this yesterday. I want to check it again now. Let's see what happened today. Yeah. Yep. So what has Solana been doing? Pretty much, I mean, it's in between the bottom side of the 68.3 and the first standard deviation to the downside. just ranging through here. You're probably going to get a nice tight range on this new daily for Solana. See this candle right here, just rejected off the 4-hour 1SD. Power poker. Had this nice little pump though. Got it back into the 68.3 Laplace distribution range on the daily, right? 68.3% of the time, you're going to find Solana's data set at the end of the day right in here. 100%. Yeah, this is definitely a ranging day, big time. Ranging day, big time. Well, you had a nice wide daily volatility range, right? Big one. Nice big fella right there. Boom, boom, boom. You had the 1SD right dead in the middle. This wick right here came down, literally tested this monthly level, right? And the freaking first standard deviation in the center of the daily volatility range. Had a few rejections off the bottom side of the 68.3, dipped around a little bit. Now we're right back up in here. Go Solana. Hell, just take everybody to the moon. Why not? Make my NFTs worth more money. Shit. So I'm going to be checking this out at the end of the day, right? This could be a nice little perp trade in progress right here. I want to see how tight this daily range is going to be. Make a mental note of that, folks. Might want to check that out. Solana could go on a nice run if it is tight. But like right now, where's this new daily volatility range going to be? This extends, push down a little bit, man. That was almost all day. This thing just ranging here. Depending on how this ends, this thing just goes on a mission till the end of the day, gets up around 250, right up here somewhere. You could probably see the top of the daily, maybe a tight range right in here somewhere. Back around 244, 245, get a quick pullback, test that daily range, and rocket ship the hell out of DOJI. Real nice. So what are we gonna do? Let's go over here on the daily Solana chart. Holy shit. Wow. This shit hasn't even started, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the volatility, right? I mean, this is when you see this flashing like this, you better wake up. We're dropping into trend. Yeah, man. I'm gonna post this chart in another Discord too. Somebody was asking some questions about where I think Solana's going. Be like probably to the dark side of the moon. Just all depending though. Everything's positively correlated, right? So you open up these new days and really get some strong volatility coming in, and this strong trend continues. You see the Z-score historical volatility really start to climb back above the mean, positively correlated. Be nice and powerful, big time. There is no bear divs at all. That is just a clean chart right there. Very clean. Now the variance is pretty high, right? Still having an outlier though. And this thing could just go sideways, having an outlier, right? Go up, but at some point, right? That variance has got to come back down. And when it does, you're going to want to see it turn negatively correlated. That's all. That's why that's why this is an RSI. This isn't stochastics. Our shit doesn't just get stuck. It's going to turn around. It's going to come down. The correlation means everything. So you're getting this nice move to the upside, positively correlated statistical outlier. Variance turns down and it's negatively correlated. It's going to continue walking right to the upside. Yeah, looks really good. Yeah, man. Volatility, these deviation bands are expanding too. See how it just rode that Gaussian mean. This is a nice little daily candle too. Hammer time, right? Hammer time. But what created that? Volatility creates it. This one for sure. This is interesting though, man. To have a candle really looking like that, I would have expected to see this negatively correlated, this contracting, right? And probably the low length. I mean, blow this up. Is there a little bit of expansion there? Boy, there's not. I think it's positively correlated. Saying a walk down, then you're positively correlated contracting, saying walk down. Right. Solana's breaking the rules. What can you say? Yep, Ascari. I will see you later. See the 12-hour. Now the 12-hour is the 12-hour saying go, go, go. Okay. So maybe that's influencing that daily read for sure. Variance coming down, negatively correlated. Z-score coming down, negatively correlated. There is a little bit of bear div building, DLP. But you can see we're getting a nice bright green candle dropping back down. Trend is strengthening. Trend is strengthening. Boy, that just changed right there. That was positively correlated. So contracting, negatively correlated there. Walk up, walk up. Now this is saying down. So maybe by the end of the day, this thing does pull back a little bit if it stays like that. Four hours dropping back down trend. Nice strong candle on the DLP, but same thing, building some bear div there. But look at the Z-score heading back up, positively correlated. Variance is positively correlated. Returns oscillator heading up strong. We want to see this Z-score log return. Let me actually. Oh, let's flip this baby back. This looks like on the third. Yeah, okay. It's a better read. It is turned up too. Yeah, Solana looks good, man. Solana looks good. Good thing I hold a little bit of this. Good stuff. That's having classes, and I got to get a 5-day chart up on these two. I'll work that up for the stream tomorrow. All right. Yep. Let's do this. Glad I just saw that, bud. Let me want USDT tether. Where's that at? Bing Bong. What the hell is Bing Bong? Fuck, I don't even want to know. There we go. V-chain tether Binance. How's that? He said 7-day because it is closing the day. Smart man. Yeah, that's the only problem, man. Not getting a ton of history. Shit, the variants won't even populate, which is a bummer. I mean, it's above the Gaussian mean, I'll tell you that. It's definitely above the Gaussian mean. Pretty much, they're all these two ABRs contracting. This usually definitely ebb and flows right into a pump. And look at the correlation, right? Look at the correlation. I don't even have to look. You can see it here. You're actually, is it given a read? Yeah, we're not really, just because that entropy's not. But I could imagine it's probably trending. It's probably trending, but that's a strong correlation. That's for damn sure. Z-score, I mean, we're 2 standard deviations below the mean, and it is sloping negatively correlated. So we're getting this nice walk up here. Looks like the DLP is starting to creep up to get back up above here. Start moving to the upside. Like I said, the returns oscillator definitely moving up above the zero mean. There's no div at all. I mean, pretty much it's right at where that data set is. So it's what you want to see. A lot of volatility come in here. Get this expansion rocking and rolling, positively correlated. Get this returns oscillator above that high, and there's no problems with the bet. But let's get a read on the daily. Yeah, you can see on the daily dropping into trend. Yeah, but oh crap, man. Same thing. Negatively correlated, expanding. Then you're flat negative here. So that's a supportive move. So is the Z-score of historical volatility heading back up to 1.2 standard deviations below the mean, positively correlated to the top side. Returns oscillator looks good. There is no div. There's no div. There's a little bit of div. I guarantee you, though, if you change the length on this Z-score log returns, you're going to get a way different read. Way different read. But the correlation is definitely decreasing between returns and the price action. Like I said, though, there is literally no div at all. I mean, if you want to go way back here to this pump, right? But I mean, that's a long time. That is a long time to really see that, to see if that div would still be good. You would want to change the length of that returns oscillator to that many candles, right? That's how you do that. If you want to see if a divergence is still valid, count the candles, change the length of your oscillator to that. Most of the time, you're probably going to see that disappear. It's those pretty high. I don't know. Might not. Yeah, man, that's about it. Yeah, suppose I can. Four. Yeah, it's actually still there. It's been building too. Right? Got all higher highs, all lower highs. Look how smooth that is too. But man, we're above the zero mean. You're having an outlier on the variance. So all this has got to do, you get it. That we showed you the volatility expand, the volatility, right? I mean, especially look at this on the daily. And this thing is priming for a freaking move, right? Priming for a move. I mean, it's going to 2 cents or it's going to freaking. I should have sold everything. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably going to 2 cents or back to a penny, man. But right, I mean, dude, everything's going to follow. Everything's following Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin going to do? We all know this. This market, in no way, shape, or form, nothing is decoupling from Bitcoin, besides probably gaming, right? Especially the stronger this blockchain gaming gets, that is going to be what decouples from Bitcoin. You'll see Bitcoin in a pullback, right? I don't believe in Bitcoin bear markets. Look at it on the quarterly chart since the beginning of the time and tell me there's been a bear market. Smack, smack. This thing is bullish as all get out. But you have a nice 30% pullback on Bitcoin, you could see gaming go through the roof, right? Because the people aren't going to stop playing games. They're going to continue. And that's what's great about these gaming tokens, right? To play the game, and you got to get the token. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. And I am, yes, heavily involved in quite a few projects. So, yes, hilarious. He is our ambassador to Zambia. Good guy there. Good guy. All you scouts, go in there and give him some praise. He is a good man. Give us a little shock. Let's see here. Him and Bit by Bit. Bits must be busy, huh? 6 and your mom's working, huh, bud? Let's see here. Yeah, that looks okay though, man. I mean I mean I can't see that 7-day trend going on with the entropy, but the daily is dropping heavily in the trends. That's looking good. What is on a pullback? That's probably about it. Yeah, stop. So yeah, got a little read on Fed. Got a nice little read on Solana. Fed and Solana look real good. Now we're gonna have to see how Bitcoin plays out here. What it wants to do. A lot of indecision in the market right now. Like I said, the rest of this week, I mean, man, we're just hanging out above that weekly range. Hanging out above this weekly range. Big time. Now, you see a wick like this jump down into there. That's why I'm telling you, it didn't get there. Yeah, there's some sneaky little robots down here. I saw this last 4-hour 1SD down here too, and I was like, hey, go ahead. Send a wick down there. Let's see what happens. You could get an explosion. You really could. That's our job, reading these charts. Where are these algos at? Where are the algos at? And they are down here just waiting for these bears. That's why it's like, quit wasting your time. Let this thing pop. Let it pop. All right, guys. So, all you YouTubers out there, we are Alpha Trading. We trade volatility, probability, and statistics, and we love teaching people how to do the same. The link to our Discord is in the description of all of our videos. Come check us out. Follow the welcome message, right? I want to thank everybody for watching live in the Discord. That's one of the great things about joining our Discord, right? You can watch these live streams in the Discord before they even come out on YouTube. Although our video guys, they have these things out so fast, pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Shout out to MJ and Yasha, our video people. So all that being said, I like the way the crypto markets are looking. I mean, obviously, I don't even need to talk about traditional markets. They got they're cranking the burr machine, propping up the stock market. So that thing is just, I guess, just going to go up until the balloon pops. And all that being said, wherever you live at on this big, beautiful blue marble, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. Say bye to everybody, Wolf. Bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Cheers. Thank you.